There we go. Welcome into the high noon stream for today. It's a Monday. Happy Monday. I'm having some problems with the desk. I gotta fix this desk tonight. Let's see if there's a way to maybe. Well, I guess the only way to do it is to just not pound on it. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Pugs Moran. We do this every Monday through Friday, noon till, 2-ish, maybe. And then maybe a little bit, sometimes a little bit earlier than 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, sometimes a little bit longer. Either way, it's the first of two streams we do here on the Radio Misfits podcast platform. This is the first one, high noon. Then we come back and we do a nighttime stream at 9 p.m. We call that Pillow Talk. It's Pugs and Parker proudly present Pillow Talk on the Radio Misfits podcast platform. That's 9 p.m. Central Time, all time Central. It's the only time zone that I recognize. Tonight, Monday, for those of you interested, it is Kelly Moore Monday. My former radio partner joins us on Mondays. And she's going to be with us tonight. No, I didn't mean it like, she's going to be with, I meant, something's in my eye. She's going to be with us tonight. So it'll be me, James Parker, and Kelly. Now, a little bit different than this one. I'll tell you what this one is in a second. That show, the Pillow Talk show, that's more conversational. That's like one or two subjects. I already think I know the subjects that we're going to be talking about tonight. Trust me. I think it, and you know what? Channel 9, it may actually be subjects that we talk about today as well. Yeah, that's right. It might be something that's trending that I'm going to mention here, and then I'm going to probably bring it back with James and Kelly to get their takes on it. Channel 9, I'll never let that go. I will never let that go. Did a subject that was trending during the day, brought it back because it was an interesting subject. I wanted to talk to James about it. And Channel 9 in the chat room. By the way, come join the chat room. Come join the chat room. Channel 9 in the chat room's like, you already talked about this. Oh my God, get your head out of the vice, dude. There are more things. I always say this is like when we followed Howard Stern, right? We followed Howard Stern for over a decade. And we did talk radio, and there were certain subjects that were happening in the world, and Howard would talk about them on his show, and then we'd get people going, Howard already talked about this. You stupid person. You dumb, stupid person. Yes, this is a subject. Howard talked about it. I'm not Howard. Well, that's painfully obvious, but I am not going to have the exact same take. I might see it from a different perspective. I have a partner, a female partner. She might see it differently. I always hated that. That is so small-minded. It is so, don't even get me started. Hi, Jeff. Jeff's here. Jeff's my guy. Byron's here. Byron's my guy. Kenny's here. Kenny donated to Kenny. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kenny. The show does run on your tips. The show runs on your gratuities. If you find it in your heart to help us out, dump a tip. Treat me like your bartender. Treat me like your barista. Whatever it is. If you enjoy this, if you listen to it every day, you don't have to. It's not required. This is free, but it's done because some of you are generous, and some of you help us get to our monthly goals. And we're in the long stretch, and we got a long weekend coming up, Memorial Day. I'm a little bit worried, as I always am. So the way to do it, you see those things down there: Cash App, Venmo, that kind of thing. Just drop it in, help us out. And thank you, Kenny. Appreciate you appreciating the show. All right, let's get into it. First of all, let me tell you what we do here. What we do here is we run through the entire day. We call it high noon, and we try to give you everything that's happening on this particular day. We talk about headlines, hot topics, trending topics, anything that people are talking about through the weekend, anything that's popping off today. We try and give it to you. We don't spend too much time on any one subject. I tell you what's trending. I tell you what the headline is. I tell you what the hot topic is. I give you why people are talking about it, why it's happening, and then I give you a little bit of my own hot take. Boom. Then we move on to the next one. It's sort of a cheat sheet. The show is designed for you to have just a little bit of an idea of all of the different stupid stuff that is going on in the world today. We don't do politics. We try not to be divisive. We try not to do any religion. We try not to do anything that is just going to make us all be tribal. You know what I mean? We're all so tribal. I like this tribe. The tribe of just us all hanging out. We disagree on a bunch of stuff, but you know what? We're hanging out and we could go to a bar and we could drink beer and we could play darts and we could call each other idiot and all that stuff. And then we walk out to the parking lot and we're friends. That's how the world works. We're allowed to have differences of opinion. We're allowed to think each other is morons. That's just how it works. But there's more to it than that. He's a good dude. He's a dumb guy. He's a good dude, though. I like him. I'll tell you, if somebody jumped him in a bathroom in a bar, I would be right there kicking ass for him because, yeah, he's an idiot and he thinks some really stupid stuff, but he's my guy. That's what you folks are. You folks are my guys and gals. Hi, April. April's here. Okay. Let's get started, shall we? Again, the show is just about topics. It's about headlines. It's about trends. It's about all the things people are talking about. But it's also about the day that is. We tell you it comes in a couple of different sections. We start out with what the day is. We go into why it's historically relevant. Then we go into some birthdays and we talk a little bit about the people having birthdays. And we talk about people who died. We check the national calendar and then bam, it's right into the subjects. All right, so let's do this. It is high noon on the 23rd day of May, year of our Lord, 2022. It is the 143rd day of the school year. 222 days remain until the end of the year. I said school year. I said that on purpose. It wasn't a misspeak. I was just trying to be, folksy. But today's the end of the school year for a lot of us, right? A lot of those of us with school-age kids, whoa, man, are they excited? Oh, God. Here we go. Here comes summer. Hey, by the way, here comes summer. As we do this show in North Texas, let's take a look at what we got going on here. Let me see. What is the weather? Kelly just texted me. Let's see. It's cold, right? This is cold. This is like crazy, stupid cold for North Texas on May 23rd. Considering it was 98 degrees on Saturday. Went to the boat, went out to Lake Louisville. It was fun. It's 73 degrees right now. 73. The East Coast is like, it's 100, right? Didn't they have like really bad weather, really hot weather, bad weather, whatever, really hot weather, normal Texas weather? They had all along the East Coast this weekend. And it was cold yesterday. And I'm not saying it's cold. 73 is great. Can we get it up maybe 6 more degrees? 78, 79, sunny skies. That's like, it's temperature in heaven. That's the temperature in heaven. 78, partly sunny. That's the temperature in heaven, partly sunny. Because you got to have the big clouds. You got to have the big white billowy clouds up there. Just something to look at. 2, it stops the sun from just being So, all right, maybe we'll be on our way to a good day today. I don't know. Let's talk about what today is. Is today a good day? I don't know. Let's check out the National Day of calendar. That's the first thing that we do. We like to see exactly how we're supposed to be celebrating this day. Let's see. What is Monday, the 23rd of May? It's National Lucky Penny Day. And it's National Taffy Day. That's it. Just those two. National Lucky Penny Day. Do you have a lucky penny? Let me see. I'll see if I have a lucky penny. I'm going to reach in. I got some change. All right. I don't specifically have a lucky penny, but I reached into a drawer that had some loose change in there, and I found a penny. And this will go, where can I put this penny? This penny will go right, well, I got to put it somewhere where my kid ain't going to take it, because this will now be the official lucky penny of the show. Just drop it right there. There you go. Lucky penny. We'll see how long it stays there. The lucky penny is there. The kid's going to come here. It's going to be gone. He'd knock it. It'll be on the floor. It'll be under some Doritos wrap or something like that. National Taffy Day. Do you have any hot takes on taffy? That's my co-host, because I'm used, 20 years of talk radio. I always did a show with a partner. I don't have a partner now. It's just me. So I had to call to action my inner voice. I call him schizophrenic me. He's the person in my voice that has haunted me my entire life by telling me I'm not good enough and that idea is stupid, and that, whenever I go, I should do this, the voice goes, no, you won't. You're only going to fail. That's my pal, schizophrenic me. So sometimes he chimes in. What was that, schizophrenic me? Do you have any hot takes on taffy? Well, do I have any hot takes on taffy? I don't know. Let's see. No, not particularly. At this stage of the game, taffy is just like a real bad thing for my teeth. When I was a kid, well, I wasn't born in the 1920s, so taffy isn't really a big player in my childhood. I guess Laffy Taffy was something. I don't know. Laffy Taffy was one of those things that, like 3 weeks after Halloween, where you'd go and you'd look in your bag, you'd be like, man, I got anything left? There'd be like Laffy Taffy in there. So there you go. That's my hot take on taffy. Satisfied schizophrenic me? Never. Yeah, I know. I know. All right, that's it. Only two things happening today. Only two national day offs. It's National Lucky Penny Day. We got that covered, and we told you about taffy. Let's talk about some of the things that went down on this day in history. Why is today so memorable? On this day in 1430, a truly badass female. This is when I was younger, when I was in college. A movie came out about her, and then I read a bio on her, and then I was like, man, this chick was pretty badass. I'm crazy. Don't get me wrong. She was nuts, like, fuck, not in her right mind at all, but kind of admirable. Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc is captured on this day in 1430 at the Siege of Compiègne by troops from the Bourguignon faction. It's French. If you just say French words like that, they are probably, well, there's a chance they're right. Probably not in this case, though. On this day in 1533, the marriage of King Henry VIII to Catherine of Aragon is declared null and void. This is interesting because last week we tracked the official divorce of King Henry VIII from Anne Boleyn. Then, like a couple of days later, it was her conviction, and then over the weekend I saw was her execution. So this is like the week of the year that Henry VIII takes stock of his situation and decides whether or not he wants to stay with his lady or not. And on this day in 1533, his marriage to Catherine of Aragon is null and void. I don't know if that was before or after Anne Boleyn and Boleyn. I don't know. Not sure. Talk about a dude that wouldn't have survived the Me Too era. Ooh, Henry VIII. I'll tell you, he had some ideas. On this day in 1846, the Mexican-American War, President Mariano Paredes of Mexico unofficially declares war on the United States. How'd that work out for you, Mexico? How'd that go? What is this, like 250 years later? No, like 200, like not even 200 years. Whatever. How'd that work out for you, Mexico? In 1934, on this day, American bank robbers Bonnie and Clyde are ambushed by police and killed in Bienville Parish, Louisiana. Bonnie and Clyde. That's a good movie. You ever seen it? I haven't seen it in like 20 years. It's a good movie, though. I think, who's in it? Ned Beatty. Ned Beatty. Anything with Ned Beatty's good. Ned Beatty. Yeah. He kind of made Deliverance, didn't he? Why are you talking about Ned Beatty? It's a Bonnie and Clyde. Because he was in the movie. That's why. I think he was in the movie. I don't know. I might be wrong. I was little. On this day in 2014, 7 people. Oh, geez. Slow it down. Slow it down. Read the room. Dig the mood. On this day in 2014, 7 people, including the perpetrator, are killed and another 14 injured in a killing spree near the campus of University of California, Santa Barbara. And we move on to birthdays. Okay. Born on this day in 1910, dead on this day in 1986. A true icon of my childhood, but I come from the 80s, so, you may not come from the 80s. I do. Scatman Crothers. Scatman Crothers. Remember Scatman Crothers? No, of course you don't, because you're not old like me. Scatman Crothers was a black dude with a shaved head, and for some reason, I always get him confused with Curly Neal from the Harlem Globetrotters, but I think that's because Scatman Crothers did the voice of Curly Neal in the Harlem Globetrotters cartoon series that I loved as a little kid. Oh, the Harlem Globetrotters cartoons were great. Scatman Crothers was an actor. He was the dude in The Shining. Remember the dude who understood the shine? Remember, he was like, I don't know what he was. Was he a caretaker? He was staying there at the Overlook. He was the black guy who lived in like a closet. Remember, and he had naked pictures of black ladies with big giant boobs on his walls. I remember that. I was little. And when little Tommy or Joey or whatever the kid's name is, Red Rum, that kid, when he like went into Scatman Crothers' room, there are all these like Playboy pictures of black ladies with big boobs, but it couldn't have been Playboy because Playboy didn't have black ladies. The Playboy had like one black lady like every couple of years, and it was like, yeah, there you go. It was their attempt at being inclusive. So this was probably like from Black Jugs magazine or something like that. It was shocking. It was shocking as a kid to see that. I'm like, whoa, look at that. Scatman Crothers, born on this day in 1910. Did every cartoon voice, any voice from the 1970s and 80s cartoons that wasn't done by Casey Kasem was done by Scatman Crothers. He's Hong Kong Phooey. Hong Kong Phooey. He did a whole bunch of stuff. Scatman Crothers. He was awesome. Born on this day in 1933, Joan Collins. She's still alive. Well, how old is she? 70. So 67, 77, 87. 88, 89. Was she 89 today? 89 or 9? Yeah, she's 33. So she's 89 today. Joan Collins. You couldn't say bitch on television until Joan Collins said it and got away with it. And then all of a sudden, Joan Rivers became a thing and bitch became like a word that was okay for television. Yeah, I don't know. There you go. Let's see here. Marvelous Marvin Hagler was born on this day in 1954. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the American boxer and actor. He died? I didn't know he died. He died last year. He died in 2021. Had no idea. I was not he was an icon of my childhood because of those fights with Sugar Ray Leonard. But I was a Sugar Ray Leonard kid. I like Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray did, again, Saturday morning cartoons. Marvin Hagler was sort of like the bad guy. He was like portrayed as like Sugar Ray was the white knight and Marvin Hagler was the guy in the black hat. He was the bad guy in those matchups. I don't remember a damn thing about those fights. Don't even know who won. I just assume in my head that Sugar Ray won, but maybe not. And then there was Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray. He was another one of his big. Anyway, moving on. Happy birthday, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, but you've passed away, so you probably can't hear this. Or who knows, maybe you can. I haven't made my mind up on that yet. Happy birthday, born on this day, 1958, Drew Carey. Drew Carey, American actor, game show host, and entrepreneur, it says. That's how I pronounce it with the French dialect. Drew Carey. Drew Carey is a funny comedian. Drew Carey show is a funny show. Don't watch Price is Right. He's the host of Price is Right? And he looks weird now, right? Because he got real skinny, right? He kind of looks, he's probably healthier. Like, it's probably good for him that he got skinny, but he looks weird because we all got used to Drew Carey as being kind of not fat. You ever seen old Drew Carey stand up? He's not fat. He's just heavy set. There's, okay, whatever. Moving on. Happy birthday, Drew Carey. You look weird now. Born on this day in 1962, Babe of the Day. Oh, I don't even know if we can call her Babe of the Day because there's another Babe of the Day celebrating a birthday. But you know what? Yeah, okay. If I have my choice of the two, I am more attracted as far as glamour and looks wise to Karen Duffy. Karen, remember Duff from MTV? Oh God, was she gorgeous? Oh my God. There was a lot of like beautiful people from the 70s and the 80s, but I remember when she turned up on MTV, I was like, whoa, wait a second. This is like game changer. This girl is like super beautiful. What is this about? Still, Karen Duffy might make my top 10 list of the most beautiful women that I've ever seen on television. She was beautiful. And then she got sick. I think she's got some disease and she's had it for like 20 years or something. But oh boy, Karen Duffy. Happy birthday, Duff. You're a cool chick. And God, so beautiful. Born on this day in 1974, another baby of the day. Why not? Jewel, pride of East Texas, right? And that where she's from. Raised in Alaska though, but I think she lives somewhere here, somewhere off 75. I remember driving on 75 a bunch of years ago. And somebody said, Jewel's got a ranch right down there. I'm like, oh, cool. I met Jewel. This was a fun Jewel story. We were doing a concert. But the show I was on was syndicated throughout the Midwest. And Grand Rapids, Michigan was doing a big concert, and it was like a festival kind of a deal. And I was doing stage announcements, and I was introducing bands. This is the famous story where I unplugged the Goo Goo Dolls equipment on accident. I was running off the stage, and my foot got caught in a cord, and it pulled the guitar off a stand, and it went made that noise, and it was very embarrassing. But prior to that, I introduced Jewel, who there was this little area set up backstage where everybody was hanging out, and the Goo Goo Dolls were one of the bands. I think I want to say 311 was there too. Anyway, there were a bunch of bands, Spin Doctors, but there were a bunch of bands. And the big bands were not hanging out with anybody, but there was this area where you could just there was a craft services area. That's where they put out food and a buffet, and there's beer kegs and all that kind of stuff, and kind of a party going on back there. People playing bags, people playing lawn jarts, that kind of thing. And I was sitting at a picnic table, eating lunch, and we were talking with one of the performers. And it was me and my soon to be wife, first ex-wife. We were sitting at the picnic table, and the first soon to be ex-wife struck up a friendship with this girl, this little hippie girl, this little singer guitar player girl. We started talking, we're eating, we're hanging out, blah, blah, blah. And I kept calling her Julie. I thought her name was Julie. I don't know. She wasn't famous. And I was like, Julie. And she's like, it's not Julie, it's Jewel. And she never corrected me, which I thought was very nice. So we go up on stage, we interrupt. I introduce her, and she's just a little cute little darling thing, little hippie girl sitting on a stool with a guitar. Who will save your soul? Playing a song that nobody ever heard. People were like, Goo Goo Dolls, man! Everybody wanted Goo Goo Dolls and Spin Doctors, so they didn't really want to sit through this cute little girl. And just forgot about it. And then 3 weeks later, she's the biggest star in the world. 3 weeks later, but hey, that's Julie, I used to say to my my now ex-wife. That's Julie. Let's listen to Julie. She's on the radio. It's not Julie, it's Jewel. I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. Okay, got to remember that now. Born on this day in 1974, Ken Jennings was a really good Twitter follow. Ken Jennings used to be hysterical on Twitter. Now he's not funny anymore because he's got shit to lose. Isn't he one of the revolving hosts on Jeopardy now? He's like a Jeopardy champion, one of the greats of all time. So funny. He was so funny on Twitter. Not anymore. Now he's lame. Now he doesn't do anything fun. But happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Ken Jennings. Born on this day in 1991, Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, LA Rams, Super Bowl champion, NFL MVP. Is he an MVP? He should be. I don't know. Whatever. Al says, hello, amigo. Late to the fiesta. That's okay. Come on in. We got plenty of room. Adam says, I love Fesco. Would call Jules Jewel on Euphoria. Beanville, Paris, where Bonnie and Clyde were captured, Jeff Glenn says. The death place of Bonnie and Clyde, the birthplace of oysters, Beanville. I think it all balances out. Byron. Okay, we might have to stop down on this one and investigate for a minute. Byron, why do you say Ned Beatty had the hardest part? Is that a reference to? Is that just a reference to Deliverance, or are you referencing something else? Because I will tell you. No, Ned Beatty was in Bonnie and Clyde too, wasn't he? The reason I say Ned Beatty had the hardest part, I'm interested in that, is because that is the greatest parody song ever written. I don't know if you've ever heard it before. Is that what you're referencing, Byron? Are you referencing the world's greatest parody song ever written? I haven't heard it in 20 years. Yeah, Deliverance reference. It's a parody song. Yeah, so Byron, you know the parody song. That is Steve. Oh, man. Hold on. We're playing it. Oh, now we're going to play it. I don't care. Steve, what was his name? Steve something. Hold on. This is the greatest. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. In my opinion, this is the greatest parody song ever written. Enjoy. Ned Beatty had the hardest part.
Well, I think I'll go and rent me a movie right now. Go and get something I ain't ever seen. And on the discount rack I see Deliverance, and I'm watching it now. And they got to that scene where they meet the hillbillies, and they're big and they're mean. Now, who's that crawling around on his knees? It's Ned Beatty. Ned Beatty, Ned Beatty had the hardest part, 'cause redneck love leaves emotional scars. I guess he didn't read the script too far. Ned Beatty had the hardest part. Well, I wonder what kind of parts Ned turned down. Well, I wonder how desperate he was, 'cause I've heard it's pretty tough in Hollywood. But I would never let him tie me to a tree, screaming and holding up my BVDs, just waiting for Bert to come and rescue me, screaming, "Hey, Bert! Hey, yeah, Ned Beatty had the hardest part. If you got a pretty mouth, you can be a big star." I bet the next day his agent got fired. Ned Beatty had the hardest part.
Oh, come on. Oh, I bet the next day his agent got fired. That is too good. That is Steve. Why can't I think of that guy's name? Steve, he was a Memphis. Steve Goody. That's what it is. He was like from Memphis. He was a singer-songwriter. Oh my God. So funny. So good. All right. Let's see here. What else are we doing? So we did Jules' birthday. We celebrated that. We celebrated Ken Jennings. We celebrated Aaron Donald. Let's move into some deaths. Let's see here. Some deaths. On this day in 1975, Moms Mabley died, American comedian actor. She's having a bit of a moment. Like, nobody ever heard of Moms Mabley until, a couple of years ago. I guess they started talking to her. But then Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Wanda Sykes plays Moms Mabley in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on Amazon. And all of a sudden now, all of this has never happened until just within the last couple of years. Excuse me. All of the lists of the funniest comedians of all time now include Moms Mabley in the top 5. And I'm like, oh, stop it. Oh, stop. Well, she was a black woman. She was a black woman at a time when she's funny. She's funny, but not by today's standards. I mean, and she was a lesbian, don't you know? So we've got to put her in the top 5. She's funny. But for like the last 50 years, nobody ever mentioned her. And now all of a sudden it's Pryor, Moms Mabley, Carlin. It's like, what? How did she get out? I mean, okay, I'm not all that familiar with her stuff, but please stop it. Also dead on this day, Lloyd Benston, American colonel and politician, 69th United States Secretary of the Treasury. He died on this day in 2006. Is he the guy who said to Dan Quayle? He is, right? He was was he Dukakis's vice president? And in the it would be, because it would be Dan Quayle who was Bush's, George Herbert Walker Bush's VP. In the debate, he turned to Quayle. Quayle was like, "I'm like Kennedy," and he didn't say it like that, but he made some kind of reference. And Bankston said to him, "Young man, I knew Jack Kennedy, and you are no Jack Kennedy." Ooh! How'd that work out for you, Lloyd? You still lost. Nice zinger, but you still lost. Dead on this day in 2015, Ann Mira, of course, of Stiller and Mira. Ann Mira, the mom of Ben Stiller, the wife of Jerry Stiller. Ann Mira, American actress, comedian, playwright. She died on this day in 2015 and died on this day in 2017. Another guy I didn't know was dead. Roger Moore. Not a James Bond guy, but I guess he would be like my generation's James Bond, right? Because like I said, I come from the 80s and he was kind of like most of the 80s, late 70s. Yeah, yeah. Because I want to say Connery probably stopped doing Bond in the early 70s. Then Roger Moore took over. So whatever. He seemed like a good Bond. I don't know how history. I'm not a Bond guy, so it's like best Bonds of all time. Wouldn't even try. Don't even know. I don't know. I like Connery. I like Moore. I don't know. What am I? I'm from the 80s. Again, I say it. All right, there you go. So those are your births and your deaths. Three things. Three things. Three things. So what do I want to talk about? Okay, so one of the three things I want to talk about, some stuff that I watched this weekend. I want to go over a quick little list of things that I watched. I thought it was going to be like a weekend where there was nothing to watch. Oh, we had a busy weekend. Oh boy, did we! We had fun though. We did some jet skiing. Oh man, was it choppy! Oh boy, the wind was blowing. The waves were white capping. It was crazy out there. But let's see. So I watched the George Carlin documentary on HBO Max that we talked about last week. The George Carlin American Dream. Judd Apatow. It was good. It was interesting. People are like, oh, it's so good. It is it's the greatest. I watch a lot of documentaries. It was all right. It was interesting. It's 4 hours. I made it through all 4 hours. I didn't make it all. Look, if it was great, I'd have made it through all 4 hours in one sitting, but I didn't. I made it through like an hour and a half, and then it took me like 3 days to watch the whole thing. But wasn't anything I didn't know. I already have a whole lot of respect for Carlin, so it was interesting. Judd Apatow does a nice job. There is a Richard Pryor one that I think is a little better. Richard Pryor, Omit the Logic, is a little bit better. I'm not saying Richard Pryor is better than Carlin. As a matter of fact, after watching the Carlin one, I think maybe it's a wash. Why choose between the two? They were friends. They were contemporaries. They were both great. So there you go. If you're interested in George Carlin, go ahead and watch. He had some stuff though, man. He had some stuff that he was doing like in the 90s, in the early 90s, after he had kind of had this ebb and flow of his career where he was up, he was down, he was up, he was down. Man, the stuff he was doing in the early 90s, actually the stuff he was doing in the 90s, I think was his best stuff. Of course there was the place for my stuff and, 7 dirty words and all that. That's fun. But when he started just being kind of an old man looking at the world, man, he was great. He was great. I'll tell you, his stuff on the environment and the environment movement in the early 90s. Woo! I was like, yes, thank you. Finally, somebody saying it. He said it 40 years ago or 30 years ago, but like right now I'm hearing it and I'm going, I want all the environmentalists to look at this. I want all of because look, I believe in the environment. I think we ought to take better care of it. But he had some takes in the early 90s about the environmental movement. Oh, were they wonderful? They were so true. I'll just nutshell it for you. The context is important here, so you got to watch it through the whole context. But his whole argument back then was that he hated, the tree huggers and the environmental people and all that kind of stuff, and he didn't hate them because he thought what they were doing was wrong. He believed that we needed to take care of the earth, and he made that perfectly clear. He just didn't like them because he felt they were a bit too self-involved in the whole thing. Like his whole point, he goes on this rant, Carlin does, about how save the earth. Are you kidding me? Save the earth? You don't have to save the earth. The earth's been around for billions of years. The earth doesn't need saving. Humanity is what needs saving. You're only involved in this because you don't want certain things that you've become accustomed to change. But don't act like you're saving the earth. You're saving your style of life. You're saving your place in the way that you exist. That's what it's about. It's about you. This isn't some benevolent action because you're worried about the earth. And, basically this whole thing is, when the earth is done with humanity, it's just going to shake us off like fleas on the back of a dog. We're not going to destroy the earth. We're going to change. whether or not we're able to live on it, but we ain't saving. It's so fascinating the way he did it. It was just great. So I guess for that, there's a whole bunch of that kind of stuff. Carlin was great. Self-involved environmentalist, he really took off after, which was good. Also, I watched a movie this weekend. I watched a movie that had been out, I think it's on Netflix, and oh, that's not good. Oh, shut up, dog. I watched a movie that was on Netflix called The Gentleman. You like Guy Ritchie? So I guess it's been out for a while. It's like a 2-year-old movie. I've never seen it before. It was great. Freaking loved that movie. It might be... Snatched had always been my favorite Guy Ritchie movie. The Gentleman might be my new favorite Guy Ritchie movie. It's got Jax from Sons of Anarchy. It's got Matthew McConaughey. It's got Hugh Grant. It's got who else is in it? Colin Farrell. Oh, is it good? If you like Guy Ritchie style British gangster mob type thing movies, The Gentleman's really good. The story's really good. The way the story unfolds, the way it's told, the way it sort of changes direction from time to time. Great, The Gentleman. Also, Slow Horses. Started watching Slow Horses on Apple. Do you know what Slow Horses is? Slow Horses is Gary Oldman and Kristen Scott Thomas. They play MI5, like, it's the British CIA. They play like British CIA agents, and Gary Oldman's in charge of this group that they derisively refer to as the Slow Horses. These are all MI5 agents who didn't really screw up enough to be fired, but they screwed up enough that they're not trusted with anything important anymore. And so he oversees this like group of, so almost like Bad News Bears agents, except it's not silly. It's not funny. It's not like, oh, I can't even pour a cup of coffee. Blah. It's not like that. It's like most of these people they're good agents. They've just been sent here because life happens, because bad things happen. Like one dude is there because he was carrying a briefcase and a folder fell out of the briefcase when he was on a crowded train. So his career was over. They're like, you can't lose that file folder. And so he was sent there. Another person's kind of an alcoholic. And so they went, you're an alcoholic. You need to go with the Slow Horses. Anyway, it's really good. It's on Apple TV. Really good. If you like that kind of stuff. It's about, prevention of terror and all that kind of stuff. And then there's another show that debuted on Amazon Prime that I started watching with J.K. Simmons and Sissy Spacek called Night Skies. And the only reason I started watching it is because it was filmed where I used to go and run when I lived in Chicago. I ran along this thing called the Old Plank Trail. And it runs through the woods and through the forests and all that stuff. And they filmed this show there. It's a good show, Night Skies. It's about a couple of old people who have this farmhouse. And they have a shed in their backyard. And the shed turns out to be like a portal to another planet. And it's pretty cool. It's not stupid sci-fi. It's not like, oh, and then there's aliens with tentacles. No. Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm only like 3-4 episodes in. But it's good. I thought it was good. All right, so that's one part of 3 things. The other part of 3 things, all right, so I didn't want to have to do this. Do you see this going around? This is going around on the Twitters, and it freaked me out because it legitimately happened to me. I gotta take my hat off for this. So let me, I haven't shaved my head, so I got like a bad sort of like a gray thing happening. Shut up, dog. I hear the dog. Have you heard about the hanger reflex? Have you guys seen this? Hi, Cheryl. Have you seen the hanger reflex? This is a thing that's going around on Twitter. And you take a hanger, you take a coat hanger, okay? And you put it on your head. And supposedly, anybody who puts the coat hanger on their head will have an involuntary reflex, which will cause your head to turn a little bit to the opposite side of the hook. Okay. So, and I saw this, I'm watching all of these videos. They're going around on Twitter. I'm like, oh God, okay. What are we all going to play along? We all just going to pretend like this is a thing. And so I sat down here and I put the camera on so that I could watch, and holy shit, I did it. It's like, I don't understand it. I don't understand why it is. So here's the deal. Yeah, if you got a hanger, take a hanger and put it on your head like this. Okay. You put it on your head. And then supposedly when you put the hanger on your head, as soon as you put it on, your head will involuntarily just turn a little bit this way to the right. It'll turn away from the hook. So here's the hook side. So involuntarily, your head will turn this way. And there are a whole bunch of people debating on why it is, and scientists think they know why it is, whatever. But it really is true. I mean, it didn't happen for me as dramatically as some of the people in the videos. Like people were like, "Oh, look what happens!" No, that's not how it happened for me. But I put it on my head and I went, "Oh my God!" Like I totally did it. So here, let me try it again. Okay, so you just put it on your head like this. Just see, I just did. I don't know why. I don't know if it's something to do with your eyes. I don't know if it's like a pressure point on the brain, but it's the weirdest thing. I mean, that's legit. I swear to God. I swear on my kid. I put it on my head, and you can't try and fight it. Like, I'm just gonna fight it. I'm just not gonna do it. Just do it. Be sincere. Be genuine. Be authentic. Put it on your head, and just like it's already. It's like that. My head is already turning a little bit this way. Oh man, the human body. We don't know shit. We don't know shit, people. We don't. We think right now we're at the apex of our intellectual abilities. We know everything. We know the world. We know why these things happen. Aliens aren't real. Yet every once in a while, you get a blue dress, red dress thing going around on Twitter, and people are like, why does it look blue to me? I don't know, it looks gold to me. It looks red to me. And then you have the hanger thing. It's crazy. We'll see. It's a gay test. That's right. It's a gay. Yeah. If someone had come up with this back in the 80s, it was like, no, put it on. If your head turns right, you're gay. Yeah. I think it has something to do with your eyes. I think your eyes, I don't know what it is. But again, if you see people doing this online and they're like, look, watch, you put it on and that's not real. Those people are con men. Those people are, but seriously, like even now, I'm like, you want to put your head, you want to tilt your head a certain, it's so weird. Very weird. All right. So there you go. That's it. That's all for 3 things today. 3 things. Should we get into the topics? Why not? Let's get into the topics. Taiwan is trending. Because, I don't know, did he say it? Did he not say it? Biden says the U.S. will defend Taiwan if China invades. And then he said that in Japan this morning, which was like last night. I don't know, time differences. He said that. And then today they go to the White House and they're like, hey, did he say it? They're like, yeah, well, what he meant was, oh, shut up. He said it. He's well, no, what he meant was if the Chinese invade Taiwan, we won't send troops, but we'll send them military equipment. Okay, all right, well, I kind of assumed that would happen anyway. He's going to start a war with China. Yeah, well, bring it on. I ain't China's bitch. I'm tired of this shit. We're all supposed to be afraid of everybody. He's gonna start a war with Russia. Shut up. We got the #1 defense budget in the world. We got all the cool toys. What are we just going to sit on them? Our job is supposed to be to defend the free world. People start getting put under the thumb of somebody who's a big, mean dictator. We're supposed to be the ones that help them. That's why we pay so much in taxes to have all this shit, to have bases all over the world. We're supposed to help people. We ain't pussies. Excuse me. I shouldn't have said that. What, you want to go to war with China? Yeah, fucking China wants to go to war with us. Let's bring it, you bitches. I'm so tired of these people. I'm afraid of China. China can't get to us. China ain't coming to us. China ain't got no bases in this hemisphere. And if they do, if they start building one, you know what? We'll blow the shit out of those too. Now, I'm not a hawk. I'm just tired of being afraid of everything. No, but what happens if China decides to take over that part of the world? Well, we got friends in that part of the world. And part of the deals that we have with these people in that part of the world is that we will fight with them because that's what friends do. But you signed the One China Pact. Yeah, well, so what? So anyway, I don't know. Look, I got what? At my age, 30 years. All right, Depp and Heard are trending again. Depp and Heard. God, is anybody else just done with this stuff? I'm just, Here's why they're trending. Well, they're trending for a whole bunch of reasons, but one of the ones that I thought was most interesting is because multiple women's advocacy groups, multiple groups that their entire existence is based on the idea believe women, which is fine. Believe women. Hold on, how do I feel about this? Let me get this out straight. Don't just believe women. I'm sorry. Just don't always believe. Listen to their story. Listen to women. And then, be like, okay, we're going to need a little bit further investigation. Anyway, a whole bunch of women's advocacy groups are siding with Johnny Depp. I was like, they're like, Johnny Depp seems like he really fell victim to a woman who was setting back our cause. And, oh, kid. So there you go. Also, this is the last week, and it hasn't been going really well for Amber Heard. So is Amber Heard's representatives, are they going to call Johnny Depp for cross-examination, which everyone is saying is that'll be bad. That's a Hail Mary. That is a desperation move, only in the hopes that Johnny Depp completely Amber Heard's the bet up there, that he just completely, because they can only question him about things that he has already testified to, and he has only testified to charges that he has levied against her. So, it could be bad. It could just be Johnny Depp going, yeah, she took a dump in my bed. Could just be reiterating all of that stuff over and over again, which is not necessarily in the best interest of Amber Heard, but we'll see. April, you still watching? April is my Amber Heard court watcher. If something good happens today, I'll check it out. Monkeypox. Talked about this last week. Monkeypox. Last week, it was revealed that monkeypox it's coming, or it's here. I guess it's here. A couple cases in Florida, a couple in New York. Monkeypox was revealed to be spreading through sexual intercourse. Okay. South Florida health officials are investigating presumptive cases of monkeypox virus. So here we go. We can't. Oh, really? You're bored with coronavirus? Here's the monkey banging disease. This is a disease you get when you have sex with monkeys. No, it's not really. But it did come from monkeys. Like it was a disease. So somebody got too close to a monkey. I don't know how. And now they're saying that among humans, monkeypox can be spread through sex. Well, so is it an STD, or can it be spread through sex the way the flu can be spread through sex? You know what I mean? Like, what are you trying to say? I need more details. Like, is this a disease that is passed through the swapping of sex fluids, or is it just like the flu? Like you could get the flu. Breaking news, colds are spread through sex. Well, yeah. They're also spread through sharing an elevator with somebody. But if you put sex in there, that'll get the clicks, because people are like, I like sex. I don't want monkeypox. So I don't know. We'll see how this is. All right, now let's take a break. Let's take a little moment here. Adam, you're not helping things. Sexual contact, not necessarily sexual intercourse. What is sexual contact? Holding hands? A kiss on the cheek, a hug. What is sexual contact? I've read a couple of articles on this, and none of them are telling me specifically what constitutes sexual. But you're right. I do. It does need to be said that it's not necessarily through sexual intercourse. But neither is the cold. Neither is head lice. Neither is anything else that you can get from being near somebody with something. So what you're saying about the monkeypox is that it's catchy. You can catch it. You can catch it from somebody. Just don't have sex with monkeys. It ain't that simple, stupid. I know. I was just trying to be silly. All right, because here's a story that I am fascinated by. Now, you people in the chat room, you need to let me know. You need to let me know whether or not something breaks on this story, okay? Because I'm thinking, I don't know, is this going to be like, is this going to go on for weeks, or is it going to be over by the time the show is done? But are you following the story out of Austin about the good-looking bicycle people? Are you following this story? Caitlin Armstrong is trending. Caitlin Armstrong. She's even the bicycle people. She's even got a bicycle person name. I don't know if she's in any relation to Lance Armstrong, but Caitlin Armstrong. Okay, so here's the deal. Caitlin Armstrong was dating, she's 34 years old, and good looking. She's good looking. You know who would love her? James Parker. James Parker would love her because she's got red hair. She's really pretty. Caitlin Armstrong was dating a professional bicycle racer guy, which, already I have my questions about this guy and his career choice. But hey, whatever. Fitness people are just okay. So Caitlin Armstrong is dating a bicycle racer guy. Bicycle racer guy hooks up with another bicycle racer girl. Like, this happens back in October. He hooks up with bicycle racing girl. Her name is Maura. Okay. Maura Wilson. And we'll get to the details in a second. I'm just laying down the baseline. So he hooks up with her back in October when he claims he and Caitlin Armstrong were on a break. Caitlin Armstrong finds out about this back in like January, that her bicycle riding boyfriend was with another bicycle riding girl, and she loses her shit. She's been obsessed with this whole thing. So the girl that he had the affair with back in October came to Austin for a race on the 9th, I think they're saying, May the 9th. And she was dead on May the 11th. She was found dead in the apartment that she was staying in. She was shot. They found her in the bathroom. 25-year-old. Another beautiful, young, athletic, whole world in front of her. One of the top ranked, and I guess they do this, one of the top ranked bicycle riders. Where's my kid ranking that? Because my kid's a bicycle rider. Anyway, she's one of the top ranked bicycle riders in the world. Found dead. Big mystery. Who killed this 25-year-old bicycle rider girl? And then over the weekend, actually, I think it was Friday, it was revealed that the Austin police had decided that it was Caitlin Armstrong who did it. The girlfriend of a dude who was Here, I'll give you the story. Anyway, Caitlin Armstrong is, as they say, in the wind. Did they catch her? I don't know. Yeah, well, I am questioning someone else's career choice when that career choice is something that I mastered at the age of 12 years old. Okay. Yoga teacher sought in fatal love triangle shooting of cyclist Moira Mo Wilson. A Texas yoga teacher allegedly killed a professional cyclist who had previously dated her boyfriend before going on the run. Caitlin Marie Armstrong, a 34-year-old yoga instructor, and she looks every bit the yoga instructor. I was married to a woman who was a yoga instructor, and let me just tell you, her friends, her like band of yoga instructor friends, it was a thing. My buddies used to be like, hey, we going out tonight? Yeah. She bringing her friends? Like, yeah, she'll bring a couple of them. All right. I guess I got to shave tonight. I mean, it was like my friends always appreciated when the girl I was dating would bring her friends. Caitlin Marie Armstrong, a 34-year-old yoga instructor, is wanted for killing Anna Moira Wilson, 25, who was found dead May 11th in Austin after she arrived from San Francisco to take part in a race. Armstrong's boyfriend, pro cyclist Colin Strickland, 35, how you doing? Told authorities that he had a romantic relationship with both women and had gone swimming with Wilson shortly before a friend found her dead on the bathroom floor from multiple gunshot wounds. Shady ass dude. Okay, so yeah, I'm calling dude shady because here's how this whole thing started. So Colin, hi, I'm Colin. I'm 35. I'm a pro bicycle guy, but you've never heard of me. Colin, actually, have we heard of anybody that you got to win Tour de France, right? For us to even kind of know who you are. I know Greg LeMond and I know Lance Armstrong. There you go. That's it. And now I know Colin Strickland. How you doing? 35 years old, professional bike rider. Colin Strickland was with Caitlin, his girlfriend, the yoga instructor. He's like, hey, babe, blah, blah, blah. And remember, Caitlin knows that back in October, he had this hookup with this Mo Wilson. Her name is Mo. Everybody called her Mo. So Caitlin knows that he had the hookup with her. And Caitlin also knows that Mo's in town, right? So Colin Strickland says to Caitlin, "Hey, I gotta go. I gotta run out. I gotta do some bike riding," or whatever it was. His excuse, probably something stupid. So he goes, he disappears, right? But then, because she's crazy, because hot girls are often crazy, Caitlin Armstrong looks in his emails, looks in his whatever, and says, or finds like some text messages or something. I don't know how she did, but whatever. She determined that her boyfriend Colin, who had previously had the affair with this girl back in October, which, by the way, he's like, it was just, we were on a break and it was just a thing in October. It was a thing in October only because Mo had to go back to San Francisco. Mo lived in San Francisco. There's nothing that says you guys broke up and decided that you weren't going to be sex partners anymore. That's not a thing. So it turns out that Colin is going swimming with Mo. And I'm telling you, there's still something going on. Mo comes back into town. She calls Colin. "Hey, remember we hooked up back in October last time I was in town? Let's go swimming." Just as friends. Let's just go swimming. "Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to tell my girlfriend, crazy Caitlin, that I'm doing something else." So he lies to her. Caitlin follows them. Caitlin sees that he's swimming. I don't know what she saw. We don't know what the details are because, there's only one guy left, and that's Caitlin's in the wind. Poor little Mo is dead. And Colin is the only one that's left. And he's like, "I'm a good dude. I'm loyal to my girlfriends. We were on a break. Nothing happened when I was swimming with her." Caitlin saw some stuff. Caitlin follows Mo to the apartment where she's staying at. This is what police believe, and killed her with guns that were given to her by Colin. "I didn't do nothing. I'm a bike rider. I love my girlfriend. I don't cheat on him. We were on a break. Here, have a gun." It's like, whatever. Strickland said he had a relationship with Armstrong. Wait, who's Strickland? Yeah, Strickland. Okay, Strickland is the dude. Colin Strickland said he had a relationship with crazy Caitlin Armstrong for 3 years, but he had a fling with Wilson while they were on a break in October. A tipster told police that when Armstrong learned in January about Strickland's relationship with Wilson, she became furious and was shaking in anger. Good-looking women, man. You cheat on good-looking women at your own peril because they can't process that shit. Good-looking women can't. You turn a good-looking woman down for like sex or even a date or something, they don't handle it well. They are not used to that being an option. They think that they can just have romantically or sexually anything they want whenever they want because they're attractive and men are dogs. And, so he cheated on her. And she's like, "How dare you cheat on me? I am a hot 34-year-old yoga teacher." Strickland said he had a relationship with Armstrong, crazy Caitlin, for 3 years, but he had a fling with Wilson while they were on a break last October. A tipster told police that when Armstrong learned in January about Strickland's relationship with Wilson, she became furious and enraged and was shaking with anger and wanted to kill Wilson, the American Statesman reported. This is always the conclusion that I don't get. Okay, so, and maybe this is because I'm fuddly. And when you're fuddly, you always know that being cheated on or being turned down is an option. And I think it makes you a better person. I think it makes you more, what I wouldn't look. I got mirrors in my house. I wouldn't want to do me either. But when you're attractive, I think it's a whole different kind of thing. So she gets cheated on. And her funneling of that information leads her to the conclusion that not the person that cheated on her should pay, but the innocent victim who maybe didn't even know that you were the girlfriend. That's the one that's got to pay. It's like when a guy sees his girlfriend cheating on him and goes, "I'm going to kick that dude's ass." You're going to kick that dude's ass? That dude didn't do nothing. That dude's tangentially at best involved in this whole thing. That girl who you thought was in a relationship with you is the one, "Well, I can't kick her ass." Well, I guess you're just going to have to find a different way to sort of generate and funnel your feelings, aren't you? Go kick a tree. Go do something else because you don't kill. She wanted to kill. She found out her boyfriend was cheating on her in October and decided she was going to kill the girl. I never understood that. I never got that. Again, attractive people just Let's see here. Colin Strickland, 35-year-old Colin Strickland, told authorities he had changed Wilson's name. So Mo, the girl that's dead, he had changed her name in his phone and had deleted text messages to prevent Armstrong from finding them. But it was over. I wasn't cheating on Crazy Caitlin. The girl I used to have the affair with, who I'm totally not anymore. We're just going swimming as friends. That girl, I changed her name in my phone and I deleted the come on, man. This dude's a douche. This guy is such a douche. Do you like my bike shorts? This guy, first of all, can you tell? I don't like bike guys. I don't like them. Don't like them. Texts from the night of the slaying showed that Strickland had lied to Crazy Caitlin about where he had been. To hide, he was with Wilson through the evening. So he went and he hung out with the girl he was having the affair with. Now, Crazy Caitlin, she should have been like, oh, you're an asshole. I'm going to confront you very publicly in like a Chili's parking lot. People walking in are going to be like, hey, what's going on with those two? They're screaming. And then that's it. You confront them. You say, you're a dick. We're not together anymore. Look at me. I'm a hot yoga teacher. There are plenty of other dudes that I could get with. I don't need to be with you. That's the way you handle it. That's the way. Or, depending on whatever. Anyway, investigators who compared shell casings from the pistol to those found at the home where Wilson was gunned down said the likelihood that the same weapon was used is significant. So the gun that was given to Crazy Caitlin by Colin is the gun that was used in the murder of Mo Wilson. Surveillance video captured Armstrong's, Crazy Caitlin's, black 2012 Jeep Cherokee bearing Texas license plates LDZ 5608 near the house where Wilson was killed shortly before a friend discovered her body. Yeah, I saw the Ring videos. She's like stalking. She's like driving back and forth. On May 17th, Austin police issued a homicide warrant for Armstrong and requested assistance from the U.S. Marshals. Armstrong may still be driving her Jeep Cherokee or may have abandoned it in the Austin area. She didn't abandon it. She's still in it. She's a 34-year-old yoga teacher. She's not a car thief. She didn't think this through. This was a rage killing. She's still out there in the Jeep. In a statement to the newspaper, Colin Strickland insisted that his relationship with Wilson was platonic at the time of her death. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't platonic. You don't have Crazy Caitlin as a girlfriend of 3 years, and then you get texts from a girl that you hooked up with back in October who's like, I'm back in town, want to go swimming, and you're not thinking, hey, this is a fun, cool person that I want to just be platonic friend. That's not it. That's not what's going on. In a statement to the newspaper, Strickland insisted that his relationship with Wilson was platonic. There is no way to adequately express the regret and torture I feel about my proximity to this horrible crime. Proximity? Dude, you caused it. Dude, you are, look, you're not solely responsible. Crazy Caitlin is the one who spun off the planet and took it into the next level. But you're a dick. I am just horrified that, my ability to get women has caused this. There is no way to adequately express the regret and torture I feel about my proximity to this horrible crime, Strickland told the paper. I am sorry, and I simply cannot make sense of this unfathomable situation. He added, it was not my intention to pursue along an auxiliary romantic relationship that would mislead anyone. You changed your name and deleted the text. Well, of course you were trying to mislead. Oh, you douche. Fitness douches. I hate fitness douches. They're the worst. They are the worst. They are so self-centered. Look at my body. Look at me, 0% body fat. Me. It's all about me. Her life was taken from her before she had the opportunity to achieve everything that she had dreamed of. Our family and all those who loved her will forever miss her. I shouldn't have read it in that tone because that comes from her family. And she's just a dead 25-year-old girl, and that is a tragedy. Let's see here. In a statement, the U.S. Marshals Service said on Friday, members of the Lone Star Fugitive Task Force are actively conducting a fugitive investigation and pursuing leads on the whereabouts of Armstrong. Okay, so This is where we are. Do we find her yet? Do we see anything here? April says his career with any sponsorships is over. Yeah, it sure is. Jeff says, why couldn't she just do what normal chicks in that situation do and bang all of his buddies and his brother? Yeah, there you go. Oh, well, I don't know. So maybe we've got another manhunt. We haven't had a good manhunt since, well, we had a manhunt for a couple of, hours, right? When the Oxford, Michigan school shooter parents went into the wind. We had that one. But we were really starving for one when those two went missing because we had just come off the Brian Laundrie thing where we were looking for Brian Laundrie. All right, so now we got one. We've got Caitlin Armstrong driving a black 2012 Jeep Cherokee. She's in the wind. She's here. She came to Dallas. You just know it. That's where they all come. You do something bad in Austin and you need to get out of town. If you're an Austin person, and you know what I'm talking about, you know about Austin people who just choose to live in Austin because we ride bikes and are fitness people, those people, they're coming to Dallas. They're coming to Dallas. That's where they are. She's probably in the area somewhere. Mark my words, Crazy Caitlin Armstrong, no relation to Lance Armstrong, at least that I can tell. Crazy Caitlin Armstrong. Here we should show you. Let's give you a look at these people, just so we can see, just so we can put some faces. Here we go. All right. Oh boy, here we go. All right, here we go. We got a good. There we go. There's Caitlin. Oh, there's the poor sweet little dead girl. Cool. There, look at him. I ride a bike for a living. Nobody looks cool in those hats. Can we just be honest about that? Look at that stupid bike helmet. Nobody looks cool in a bike. Nobody. No. Dumb sunglasses. Those are dumb sunglasses. Look at me. Look at my big dumb beaker head. Look at me with the big stupid helmet. You know what he kind of looks like? He looks like, you guys watch Succession? He looks like Jeremy Strong. You know the actor Jeremy Strong who plays Kendall on Succession? Crazy Caitlin. She's very cute. Crazy Caitlin, the yoga teacher, pistol packing yoga teacher. There she is. There's a mug. I don't even know. Is that a mug shot? I don't think that's a mug shot. That's not a mug shot. That's probably like her gym membership picture or whatever. I don't know. Caitlin Armstrong is being sought by U.S. officials in the murder of Anna Moira, who went by Mo Wilson. Look at Mo. Look at her. Mo, natural girl. She's wearing no makeup. She probably just got off from like a 50-mile ride. That's a shame. That's a shame. Look at him. I slay a lot of chicks, man. I ride bikes. That's what I do. I'm a bike rider. Look at me. My stupid hat. It's a helmet. It's a hat. It's a stupid hat. Look at him. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't try to mislead. Hey, I'm sorry this happened, but when you're as hot as I am, and but I didn't want to mislead anybody. You deleted the text messages and you changed the name of Mo Wilson in your phone. You changed her name because you knew that your girlfriend knew that you had hooked up with her back in October. I didn't do nothing wrong, bro. Look at him. I didn't do nothing wrong, bro. Bitches are crazy. He's looking at him. He's totally said that. Bitches are crazy, man. So we got any other pictures? Look at her. Look at her. Look at that poor dead girl. Look at her. That's how sad. All right, so we're going to be tracking this, and maybe we'll have some sort of resolution. Oh, and Channel 9. This story might be brought back to talk with James and Kelly about. Fair warning, you're not going to want to tune in to Pugs and Parker proudly present Pillow Talk on the Radio Misfits podcast platform tonight with a Kelly Moore Monday, because we may very well discuss this. You folks know I love a manhunt. I love a manhunt. I'm going to get this crazy Caitlin. All right. What else do we have here? I can't believe you think that chick is hot. LOL. What chick? You don't. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, Will. I'm sure you've got nothing but 10s in your history. Whatever. Which one? Which one? They're both attractive. I mean, now, the dead girl, we saw a bunch of the pictures that I showed you there were just a bunch of pictures, obviously from being on a bike, being out in the sun, not really. But there are pictures of the dead girl. They're very cute. Very cute. She's dressed up. She's got her hair done. She's wearing makeup. Very cute. And you don't think that Crazy Caitlin is attractive? The redhead? Really? You don't think so? I'd like to see your dating resume if you don't think because I look up to you now. If you don't think that was an attractive woman. Let's see here. This guy loves chicks with giant foreheads. Put a picture. Go ahead. Put a picture. Well, all right. If you put a picture of your wife up there, let's get a picture of Will's wife and let's put it up against the 34-year-old yoga teacher. Look, she's a crazy person, but that doesn't delete the fact that she's attractive. We'll go back to her. We'll bring it up again just so that everybody can see what we're talking about. She's very attractive. And again, this is her attractive from what looks like a gym membership, like a picture where she just showed up at the gym. So I don't know. Hold on. Seems like a very natural picture. There you go. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think that's an attractive woman. I imagine that when she goes out on a Friday night to a dinner or to a club, I imagine she looks really good. This appears to be some sort of ID photo that she took on a Wednesday afternoon at 1:00 to get a new gym membership. I think she's,